Okay, this is like the 7th time I'm recording it, but yeah, hopefully everything works out. So welcome everyone, and this is the WULING Mega Base build. Not any WULING Mega Base build, this is a modular WULING Mega Base build, which means that for the most part, 90% of the blueprint you will place and leave it there forever, and there is the 10% that you can easily swap to what you want to produce. So as you can see, the whole base itself, it consists of 3 parts. The first part will be the main item production base, right? So all of this, all it does is produces 2 items. These are not final items that it produces. It produces the dense originium powder, and it produces cyanide. These are the 2 items that we will need for any other item available in WULING at this moment, right? So we are producing these and we are stashing them into the storage. And in the end, this is the second part of the base. Thank you for coming to the interview. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Farmita, and I bought a gacha pack at full price.
So tell us, how did your life change after this event?
Well, it all started when I went to my kitchen and I realized that I pretty much had to eat bread for the remaining of the week. In fact, the other day I went to the store and they wouldn't even let me in. They thought I was there for a job interview.
Looking back on it, is there anything you would have done differently?
Well, I suppose one big thing I would change to would be to
Purchase all gacha packs from TopUpLive, today's sponsor of the video. So TopUpLive offers amazing deals for plenty of gacha games at your disposal. You can buy various Endfield items for much cheaper prices than the in-game store, to save you hundreds of dollars easily. And if Endfield is not your choice, there are plenty of titles for you to find. The platform is safe and reliable, and in case you run into any issues, they offer 24/7 customer support. On top of that, if you use the code FARMITA, make sure that it is all in lowercase at checkout, you will also save an additional 12% off. Make sure to click the link in the description and try it out for yourself. This is the final item production. So there will be 3 different blueprints that you can choose from. You can import all of them. If you only need one item, feel free to import only one of them. This will be the modular part, and essentially what it means is that you are able to choose what you want to generate, right? So if we quickly delete this part, I will showcase you how to place the base. Don't worry about that. Actually, for the first part, what I want to showcase is if anyone in the Asia server is gonna build it. Let me quickly showcase like this. So first of all, I'll go for the bottom right side. Then we can go to the bottom left side. Then we have the middle left side. Of course, feel free to pause the video if you're rebuilding it. This is the middle right side. Then this is the top right side. And this is the top left side, right? Okay, so I'll showcase you how to place it and all of that in just a second. First, I want to explain how the base works itself. So as I showcased, there will be 2 main items that it produces, cyanide and dense origin powder. And after that, there will be 3 blueprints where you can choose what you want to produce. And these will be super small, so as soon as you place them, 10 seconds in and they will already be producing items that you need. Now do keep in mind, I have an external power source for now. All of the blueprints will be self-sustaining, so all of them will have a thermal bank attached, which means that doesn't matter which one you choose, you will have enough power. I'm doing this just for now because I will be destroying the blueprints and I will run out of power otherwise. But in general, once you place this, give it maybe a minute or 2 with some external power, and after that it will be self-sustaining. So as you can see, this is gonna be the first module, and that will be the full battery production. So with all of the items we are producing, we are pushing 2 buildings for battery production, which will work at 100% efficiency. One of the batteries straight into the protocol stash, and the second one, one battery every 40 seconds will be going for power, and the rest of them will be going back to your storage as well. So this is the setup if you want the maximum amount of batteries and in turn the maximum amount of Valley stock bills from trading. Then there is the middle option, I guess, that is the 50-50. So with this one, it will split Sirenite in half. One output will be going for battery production, so it will work at 100% efficiency for one building. Of course, a bit of that battery is going to be going into the thermal power. The rest of them will be going into the protocol stash, and the other half will be being fed into the gearing unit. In here, because of the Sirenite constraints, we're only able to run this at 50% efficiency. But even then, this is like a good middle option if you still want to sell a lot of Valley stock builds with the batteries, but also want to work on your armor as well. However, do keep in mind that, at least from my experience, this is still not enough to upkeep fully selling all of the stock builds. So from time to time, you may want to change to full battery production as well. And there is the third option, which will be the max components. Now, this is not all Sirenite being fed into the gearing unit. I still have a battery producing unit here, which will go into the thermal bank. However, with this setup, I routed the items in such a way that the packaging unit will only receive the exact amount of items to produce one battery every 40 seconds, which is exactly the amount that is used by the thermal bank. So it will not produce any extra batteries. It will not produce any batteries that will be going to storage. It will only produce the exact amount of items needed to power this build up. So as you can see, it has quarter of the Sirenite output going into the battery because it has double splitters here, and it has 3/4 of the output going into here. So the way it works is splitter, that's half of it, the other splitter goes back to the base, and half of that half is going into here. So yeah, it will gather just the right amount of items needed, and the rest of the items will be going into the gearing unit, where it will be making the Sirenite components at 87.5% efficiency, which is just above 5 components per minute. So that's a very good option if you're really just pushing for some armor upgrades, right? And now there is the third part of the base, which is this little part here. So if you've looked at my previous syringe and Jinkao drink video, this is essentially just a little add-on on top of that. I did include it in the main base since we do have some ferrium which is unused, right? So yeah, this one, you will want to choose what you want to produce. So you can either produce the syringes or you can produce the Jinkao drink, depending on what you need. And to easily choose that, you simply change the plant that is used here. So for syringes, you add the Yazen plant, or for the Jinkao drinks, you add the Jinkao plant. And once you have some liquid produced, make sure to switch to the correct one, because unfortunately there is no way to do it automatically from what I could see. Otherwise I would have to move the buildings quite a bit here. So yeah, based on which one you select, make sure to add the plant, because again, you'll need to add the plant manually anyways. And after like 10 seconds, make sure to switch to the correct liquid if needed. For now, the correct one is selected, so no changes needed here. But yeah, let me quickly destroy the whole base so I could showcase how to easily place it, right? The base itself is 60 by 60, which means you don't even need to have maximum upgrades. You only need to have one upgrade into the size, and I believe 2 upgrades into the deepest bus ports, right? So for blueprints themselves, there will be 3 blueprints for the main part of the base. And then you can decide how many of these you want to import. So basically these will be the parts where you choose what you want to produce. So either the battery, the components, or 50-50. Now for the main base, you do want to place it in the order that it is written. The reason for that is it won't let you place the 2 or the 3 if you haven't placed the first one due to this, right? This debug depot bus port does have to be the first item that is placed. So the first one we align on the right side to the very corner here. So this pipe went it to be in the very corner, and after that you want to connect 3 pipes to your build, right? You need to make sure that you have 3 different fluid pumps getting water, right? Make sure to not split them, because I already added splitters to all of these. So if you do add up a splitter here, you will simply not have enough water. It has to be 3 different fluid pumps going. So this is the first part of the base. The second part, the easiest way to align it will be at the bottom. If you align these bridges at the very bottom here, it will be the easiest. So yeah, you place the middle part, and then you place the last third part right here. And as you can see, everything is connected. Everything is gonna start slowly working. Now for manual input, as I mentioned, you only need to select these, right? So essentially connect the pipes, because I'm not able to connect it for you unfortunately, since these are outside of the blueprint area, right? But yeah, you need to connect those, and then you'll need to add 3 different plants or seeds, right? So 2 of them, it doesn't really matter which ones you use, whether it's Yazen or Jinkao, right? So one of them will be for the extra item you produce, and the other 2 will be just to have this running, right? So I'm gonna use a Jinkao for these. So in the planting unit, you want to add a seed, so either the Jinkao seed or the Yazen seed. I have Jinkao for now, so we'll add this one here. On the other side as well, in the planter, either the Jinkao or the Yazen seeds here. You can also place plants, but you want to place them in the seeding unit in that case. So yeah, these 2 will start up the whole mega base here. The third one is for the small part producing either syringes or Jinkao drinks. So for this one, we can do the Yazen, and we add the plant to the seed picking unit. Or wait, you can access this? I never knew that. But yeah, you want to place either a plant in the seed picking, or vice versa, a seed in the planting unit. And as I mentioned, if you allow 10 seconds, make sure to check that the correct fluid is selected. In this case, we are producing the Yazen solution, so we don't need to do any switching. But if you do opt out to produce a Jinkao drinks, make sure to switch this to the Jinkao solution. Otherwise, it will start producing the liquid, but it will not be going into the filling unit. But yeah, from here on out, as you can see, it is filling up with items for the syringe, and that will start working as well. For the rest of our build, as you can see, it is slowly starting up. Pretty much Cyanide is being produced. All of these items are getting fed into it. And the last thing you need to do is simply choose which items you need to produce. So for this one, I guess I'm gonna stack up on a bit more batteries, because I have been running low on them due to having using a lot of them for the stock builds. We can delete the temporary source by now. It will be able to produce enough in time. I hope so. But yeah, make sure that this thermal bank is working before you remove your own thermal bank. Otherwise, you won't have enough energy. And yeah, it looks like it is not enough. So I'm just gonna add some battery for now until it starts getting its own. But yeah, that's pretty much the mega blueprint. Oh, and one thing I didn't mention is that with this blueprint, in the 60 by 60 area, you still have some space left over. So this part can be moved wherever you want alongside the bridge, in the very corner here, in the very corner here, wherever you prefer, right? So yeah, wherever you prefer, you can move it there. So we'll have quite a bit of space left over here. You'll have a bit of space left over here, and you'll have a bunch of space left over here. For the HQ, if you only have the second upgrade, place it in the top left corner. This way it will not interfere when you are placing the rest of the blueprint, right? But yeah, as you can see, space in WULING is definitely not an issue. There's plenty of space that I could even add 2 little hearts in here just for fun. right? But yeah, that's the size in terms of that. There is also a whole outpost out there in the other region, which is completely empty, so there's plenty of space if you want to build something in there, maybe like a plant duper or something like that. Although this factory itself is able to sustain everything. As you can see, the plants are getting duplicated and sent back to the storage as well. And for these ones, the exact amount is being used, right? So it will not run into any issues. There's also a little bit of sand leaf powder left over, which I am feeding into the protocol stash. As you can see, if it does clog up, nothing bad will really happen, right? Because it is not connected with any other item, right? So even if it does clog up, this could clog up, this could clog up, but it is not connected to any item outside of this depot. So yeah, if you see it clog up, do not worry, nothing will happen. It will not affect the efficiency of this factory at all. This is just a useful extra item just in case you want to use it for something, I don't know, deliveries or something like that, right? But yeah, that's pretty much the factory. And yeah, as you can see, the thermal bank is being powdered, so by now I can take this out and it will be just fine. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Blueprints for the whole build will be in the description for the NA EU servers. For the Asia servers, unfortunately, you will have to copy it if you want to use this specific build, since I do not have an Asia account to build this on. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.